don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. What you say?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Cheyenne High School here in West Fargo as we are set for EDC volleyball action tonight between the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders and your West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. I'm Tristan Murrock, joined alongside me is Dan Wolf as always. Wolf, it should be a great night for volleyball. You know, the rain kind of cleared out, and that's not stopping us tonight.
No, absolutely not. And exciting to see the Mustangs again here. We've only had 2 home broadcasts, and there has been 2 3-0 sweeps that we've seen from the Mustangs. First against Horace last week, and then just the other night on Tuesday against a really good athletic Moorhead team that the Mustangs were able to handle in just 3 sets. And at that same time, these Rough Riders were losing to Fargo North 3-1 in that one. And so, you know, this is a team, did the broadcast the other night with Coach Jeremy Newton. We talked a little bit about how this team has looked, and we've talked about in our broadcast, Tristan, that this is a young but really talented Mustang team. And, you know, with, as Coach Newton pointed out the other night, you know, he said volleyball is all about getting your team to play well at the right time, and certainly this team is playing well right now, but trying to probably figure out some of those rotations, develop some chemistry between some of the players and things like that is what they're working on right now, but they certainly have had it rolling here at home for the past week.
Yeah, and as we look back at once more, you know, only 2 losses for the Mustangs. The first one coming to Century in the Bismarck crossover, and the second one coming to West Fargo High. That one going 5 sets. 3-1 record in the EDC, a 10-2 record overall. Once again, the EDC loss coming at West Fargo. I believe it was the second week of the year almost.
Yeah,
so
it was shortly after that crossover. And, you know, I had said to Jeremy Newton the other night, the seasons are the same length, but volleyball seems to be so much longer because of the huge number of matches that they play. And so, you know, I over the years that I've done this, I think you want to feel good coming out of that East-West crossover, but I don't know that that's necessarily an indication if you go undefeated or anything of what your prospects look like down the road. And I think, you know, Jeremy was right in that you're just trying to build some consistency, figuring out who you're going to be able to rely on. I know the other evening, Ellie Christensen wasn't here. I don't know that we ever heard if there was an illness, something like that. And so some different players playing on Tuesday, and it didn't really seem to slow Cheyenne down at all. They handled it well, and as we said, were able to come away with a sweep.
Yeah, and like, you know, as we look at the standings right now in the EDC, Davies on top, 4 wins, 0 losses in the EDC currently. West Fargo's right behind them at a half a game back, as they're at 3-0, and then Cheyenne's at 3-1. You know, just 1 game back, and then 2-2 basically for Shanley and Fargo North, followed by Red River, Horace, South, and Central. So
you kind of wonder as the season goes on, is this going to be a situation where, you know, do those 3 teams, Davies, West Fargo, and Cheyenne, do they kind of pull away from the group? Is it kind of those 3 looking to lead, kind of be the top of the division? or is there going to be one of those other teams that kind of gets some things figured out and makes a push at the end? But, certainly based on the track record for Cheyenne with a couple state championships, a runner-up finish last year, certainly would expect that they should be a part of this and have a say in who's going to end up winning an EDC regular season, an EDC tournament, and potentially a state tournament.
Yeah, first time these two teams have played each other this year, so we'll take a short break for anthem and introductions, and we'll be right back after that. Stick around.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life. So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them, because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
Tour the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo. Learn about majors, scholarships, our free application process, and get a free t-shirt. Register now at ndsu.edu/visit.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Cheyenne High School for tonight's matchup, EDC matchup once again between Red River and West Fargo Cheyenne. And Wolf, as we look to this one, and like we were talking about a little bit during pregame, there is a lot of games in the volleyball season, but it's kind of hard to believe that we're already basically halfway through.
Yeah, it really is. And we talked about a little bit with the with Jeremy Newton the other night. You know, one thing that just because of the nature of the sport, you know, volleyball gets to play all these crossovers. They get to play in these other tournaments. They get so much competition and so many opportunities to play maybe some schools, you know, like playing Moorhead the other night. We talked with Newton about that, if that would be something he wished there was for football, because as it is right now, you're kind of locked into that North Dakota only event. But certainly with volleyball, you get to play all of these matches. But you're right, you know, we're a third approaching halfway through the season already in terms of matches that they're going to have.
Yeah, so like you were talking about too, I think that, you know, you're kind of getting to that point where you've played everyone already. It's just a matter of, you know, if you're on the road for the next game or if you're at home for the next game against them.
Yeah, you're trying to get through that first leg of the EDC schedule, that first half. You know, certainly we know Cheyenne dropped that one up at West Fargo to start the EDC season, but again, it was at West Fargo. I'm sure Cheyenne, there'll be more confidence and maybe a little revenge factor and you know, dreams of defeating the Packers here. And so, you know, really lots of times when you're looking to be one of the elite teams or you want to separate yourself from the rest of a group or the rest of a conference, it's lots of times how you're able to do on the road. You know, lots of teams are successful at home, but it's the ones that can take their game on the road and be successful and find a way to beat really good competition when you're on the road. And, you know, we saw that one against West Fargo went 5 sets. You know, Cheyenne hasn't been tested like that since then. It's been 2 sweeps in the last 2 broadcasts that we've had, so we'll see how this one kind of rolls and turns out tonight.
Yeah, and like you said, that next West Fargo game is coming between the Burnsville invite and the Fargo invite. The only 2 games between those two are Tuesday, October 7th. That one is the home game against West Fargo, and then they have an away game October 9th at Fargo South. So,
and I think tonight, you know, keys for Cheyenne to be successful, and we talked about this the other night with Jeremy Newton. Certainly the idea is, you know, especially a team that is lower in the division, you want to make sure that you are reducing any mental errors. You know, play as mistake-free as you can and see if you can get on a roll as that one's going to sail along. Good choice by Saxland, but, you know, see if you can get a little momentum going, see if you can jump on a team early and make them feel like, boy, that bus ride home can't come soon enough, and we'll see if Cheyenne's able to do that tonight.
Broughton will start the serving out for the Mustangs here, as that one, a little miscommunication there. Maybe by Flanagan there, as she was the one who received the serve.
One thing the other night that Tristan, that Cheyenne did really well is picking on some people they wanted to serve at, and I don't know if that's the case necessarily for Flanagan, but they decided they wanted to go after some people and were really able to go on some really good runs, as we see that one blocked up front. Really nice job by Johnson. And just like Cheyenne being a young team, this is a young Red River team. Lots of juniors on this squad. So these are players that are, you know, maybe getting that first taste of EDC action this year, but you would think that's going to pay dividends for next year for this squad.
Richmond sets over to Saxland.
Little dunk there, but doesn't drop. That went into the net.
This group sends that one into the net, and Dinger will be on to serve, as Mustangs take an early 3-1 lead here. Set over. Broughton with a little mid-range sinker there.
Yeah, the 10-foot line just didn't time it up real well, but that one We know that's a bread and butter play for the Mustangs. That right up the middle with that middle hitter in this instance, that was Bryant, and she's able to deliver that and Cheyenne out to an early 4-1 lead.
This one set back, had to take a stop there.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Don't think Johnson could have quite got the height for it to get it over.
Not very clean. It was behind her. She had to make an adjustment in the air, and just with the blockers there for Cheyenne, there just wasn't a lot that she was going to be able to do with that. And there's another one that's not a great set. So Red River off to a little bit of a rocky start. As the Cheyenne student section already declaring that this one is over. I don't know about that, but certainly a good start for Cheyenne. Good reaction by Bryant there.
Back to Saxland, and she gets blocked down there by Coons. Or excuse me, that was Gothberg. Took me a second to read the last name there. Well,
that's okay.
So Gothberg will serve now for the Riders.
Yep.
That one's just
good
long.
choice. I thought Broughton was going to try and take it, and then they got her to let it go, and that was the right call. But that was something that Moorhead did exceptionally well on Tuesday. Really deep serves that really put you in a tough position. It's do I take it? Do I let it go? What's the right choice? And they put a lot of pressure on Cheyenne with their service game on Tuesday.
Zommensen will now serve for the Mustangs and sends that one into the netting. So 7-3 Mustang lead.
Again, trying to reduce those unforced errors. Just play as cleanly as possible. You're up 7-3. Try and continue to put pressure on Red River to come up with answers. Just keeping the ball in play is really what I think Cheyenne would want to do, and that's mistimed. Maybe not a set that Bryant could handle, and as she floated past it, tried to use the left hand, but unable to get that one over the net.
Avy Johnson back to serve as Amundsen sets this one back to Saxland. Caught in front, and it'll drop on the opposite side there for Richmond.
Smart play by Richmond. Didn't really have position to put any real mustard on that one, but into the arms of the blockers and straight down. So nicely done.
Zadie Kill's going to be on to serve now. Great serve there by Addie. Zommensen sets this one over Broughton with a little drop shot there.
Good dunk right there. Just good timing. And that was something we saw Broughton do really well and Saxland do well against the Spuds on Tuesday. Little finesse game, little understanding at the net. Makes you a complete player. It keeps that defense off guard. They really don't know what to expect when they're up there.
There's another really good serve from Kill.
That one just got on top of Flanagan really quickly and unable to handle it.
This one set over. Great dig there by Broughton, and that one's just going to be outside for Amundsen there.
Yeah, trying to go up the line. Again, I think you just want to keep this ball in play as Red River's kind of struggled to kind of play with any cohesiveness yet tonight. If you're able to get this, just keep it in play and force them. There's good touch by Bryant, but handled by the Riders.
Amundsen set over to Broughton this time, and that one's going to be out. The outside of the marker, I think, too.
There's been a couple times it looked like Cheyenne was maybe ready to kind of pull away, but Red River's done a nice job of battling back and keeping this in play.
Bryant with the kill.
That one not able to be handled by the blockers up front. Oh, nice. Good dig out there by Liv, but
mid-range shot almost gets down, dug out by Broughton once more. Broughton's going to collect a kill there.
Easily the best rally of the night that we've seen. Both teams with opportunities there. Coons had a couple opportunities that were just handled by the defense for Cheyenne. Oh, nice serve. Good dropping action on that one.
As Grube's going to collect the point there.
It's 12-7.
We just got a text saying they can't hear us. Can you hear us? Like, well?
Like you're not on at all?
I don't know who texted. Someone texted Wolf saying they can't hear us. I think
They can't hear you at all, you're just low. Like at all.
they just said we can't hear your angelic voice.
Okay, can you ask them if it's just low or they can't hear it at all?
Josh, whoever that is. Christensen collects a kill there. Richmond back to serve, and Richmond sets one over to Metcalf now with a kill of her own.
Really nice job by Cora on that one.
We're maxing out on the OBS, so
Richmond continues.
not on our side. But we're like peeking out on OBS right now, I think. So 17-7, early Mustang lead here as
that one's going to sail long.
so a point for the Mustangs. They said they can hear everything on the court, but no play-by-play. So I don't know what's going on.
Blowout. Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's on the stream. Well, it shows that we're peaking on there, yeah, but like you can't hear us at all, which makes me think it's something to do with this. True.
Just try and reload it.
I think so. I think that's what he's trying to do.
Okay.
So. Mic check. Mic. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Okay, so we're just muffled, apparently.
Well.
So. So if you can hear us, sorry for the difficulty. We'll take a short ad break and be right back.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Fans, we've been told that there maybe were some audio issues for some people. Not positive if that's true. If it is, I can only assume, Tristan, that the letter writing campaign from the fans finally went through saying get those two off the air. And the sad part is we did some of our best work in set number 1, so if you couldn't hear us, the insight was brilliant. Tristan did a great job of singing the national anthem, and it was... Everyone was moved.
Aubrey Morlock did the national anthem.
Oh, I thought that was you tonight. Okay. Well, we'll continue on here as Red River gets off to a good start on set number 2 as they drop the first one 25-8.
One thing you don't want to do is start to get sloppy on this if you're Cheyenne.
Yeah, you know, you handled them, and you don't want to, is that?
Miscommunication
Yeah, that one just,
on Red River.
The blocker up front, assuming that she could handle it there. That was Grothberg, and it just got over the top of her.
As Broughton's back to serve here.
As I was saying, Tristan, you know, you handled them fairly easily in set number 1, and you don't want to start off with some poor play, some sloppy mistakes to start set number 2. You just want to, if you can, keep your foot on the gas and make them work for this. As there's a nice strong kill by Saxland.
So 3-2 Rider lead, their first lead of the night so far. Starting off the set with a 1-0 lead for Red River and then expanding from there.
Well, almost grabs the curtain, but makes it across cleanly. Nice job by Richmond, dug out there.
As there was a great dig there.
There's that quick set.
Coons.
Quick set there by Dinger. Saw the soft spot in the defense and just drops it right in the middle. Good placement by Dinger, right in the correct spot.
This one
into the net there.
More netting.
Yeah, into the net there for Groob.
This one's set back.
Great dig out by Dinger.
And blocked in front there by Bryan and Metcalf.
Really good job. Great defense by Cheyenne. Couple girls laying out for that. And Dinger's little run here on serve continues.
This one's set back and blocked in front there by Bryant
wow.
again.
Been all over the place in this game up as a front middle with the block.
As Dinger just outside.
Yeah, that was dangerous, but ultimately the right call. Red River lets that one go, and it's just wide in the corner.
So 6-4 Mustang lead now. Is that one maybe a mistime jump or something there?
Well, I think Groob was going to try a little dunk over the top and saw the blockers there, saw Metcalf there, and decided to try and change direction with it and just too flat, and it ended up just traveling down the net instead of over.
Saxland gets this one over and set all the way over to Groob. Saxland once more, intercepted there by Flanagan. Bedeau sets over to Saxland once more, and that one will drop for.
It's a really good effort on that one by Sitchy. Got a hand on it, but just not enough to keep it alive. As she mishandles that serve, An ace for Badeau on that one. Good tumbling action, dropping action on that. Fans might sit at home and go, how do you not handle that? But with the ball knuckling like that and dropping on you, that is difficult to handle for these players at times.
Badeau sets
there
this
it
one to
is.
Bryant, and
great touch, great set. And it was all over at that point as Bryant just hammers it right down Main Street. And that good start for the Riders. Now they find themselves down 10-4 here already in the second set.
As that one's a block in front there for Bryant once more.
I think that one went out. So side out here.
This group serving there. Saxland gets this one over for a kill.
Yeah, Johnson got a hand on it, but just too wide, wasn't able to deflect it and get it back in play. That's your job out there as an outside hitter, is you've got to try and angle your arm and keep that in the court, and that was just too much heat on that from Saxland.
Kill on to serve. And almost collected an ace there.
Bryant tried to catch the defense out of position, unable to do so, and good finish there for Red River.
So it's Flanagan there on the kill. Her first of the set. Badeau's going to have to slow that one down a little bit. Right, Bryant with a mistime jump almost there.
No, that one was... I don't know if that was Red River in the net or a double hit, what exactly took place on that, but here's something we don't see very often. Riley Bryant with an opportunity to serve just long.
That one's going to be a long there for Johnson.
Trading some service errors here. So that lead remains 6. This is that lineup that we saw so successful against Horace the other night with Richmond serving and Christensen in the middle as a blocker. Good job by Metcalf to get that over.
Horace or Moorhead?
No, Horace last week. Christensen unable to play on Tuesday night. And this was that lineup, this rotation that was very successful against Horace.
Coons back to serve. Broughton just wide on that.
And that's something we saw a few times, Tristan, against Moorhead the other night, where we've got Metcalf over on the left and Broughton on the right. Normally that is, they might start there on the serve but rotate back over, but they're keeping it this way as there's Metcalf from the left. And now they switch it back. Good dig out there by Johnson, and there's the hammer. Just too much. Good effort by Coons, but unable to handle that from Metcalf.
As Olsen's in to serve now, along with Saxland. And that one's going to drop in there.
Right on the line.
For Anderson.
Also not a Tristan. First two matches that we broadcast, the JV went to 3 sets in both instances, and so this was about start time for the last 2 matches, and here we are about a set and a half in on this. Good serve.
Saxon with the kill.
Handled, if you can handle that serve, get an opportunity to get the ball to your setter. And Saxon knows what to do with that.
So that one's intercepted by Sishi. Set over to Saxon, and that one's going to be a little long. So only a 4-point lead now for the Mustangs.
Yeah, the Mustangs had stretched it out to about 6 or 7 early on, but Red River fighting to stay in this one.
Anderson serve intercepted by Saxon as she sends one over. This one's going to be way long there for, I believe, Grube. As Badeau will be back in for the Mustangs on to serve. This one set over a little drop shot there for Flanagan and set over to Richmond as that one's just mishandled there.
Yeah, that was not a great set. It was wide, and Richmond just trying to keep it back in play, unable to do so.
As Bryant's going to get a kill there. Kill and Broughton back in for the Mustangs here. As Eddie Kill will come on to serve, and we got some sweat or something on the floor.
Yeah. Bryant was trying to clean it up with her sneaker, but unable to do so, but got it taken care of now.
Great dig there by Dinger. Rotten from long range.
Job by Sitchy keeping that alive.
Will collect.
So side out for the Stings. I'm sorry, that was a service point win. That was Kill that served on that as it's back up to 6. And you're kind of getting, you reach that 20-point mark, you can kind of just side out them for the rest of the set. No timeouts used yet tonight. Neither coach feeling like they needed to do that. Oh.
Badeau with a quick set. Almost connects there as Grube sends this one back over, and Broughton's going to get one down. As Kill sends that one into the net, so a 19-13 Mustang lead here in set number 2. Broughton with 2 aces and 4 kills in this set so far. As that one's going to be sent into the netting.
Caught the tape as well.
By Flanagan. As Riley Bryant will now serve, so some experimenting.
Second time tonight.
This one sent all the way over to Broughton and
handled well there.
Handled there by Red River. As that one's going to be out.
I was going to say that looked wide, although it was the line judge that should have had the angle was the second one to
took her a
react.
Second too.
Yeah, she looked at the first line judge, so I don't know exactly what happened if she didn't see it there, but regardless, now 22-13 the second set. Maybe Coach Newton's found a new service ace here in Riley Bryant.
So this one's set over, and that one's going to drop there.
I'm going to say that one got
Coons.
the floor. Good effort by Bedot, but just couldn't quite reach it.
As Dinger will come back in for Bryant. Set back to Richmond.
It's a nice adjustment by Richmond because that was a little behind her. Able to get it over cleanly, but Red River handles that one and picks up the point.
That one's long there.
Yeah, and like I said, Tristan, you're at that point at 20. Once you hit that 20-point mark, if it's not tied or really close, all you have to do is essentially get some side outs, and that's going to be enough to take out the end of the set. As Richmond has a nice serve there.
Richmond sets this one over to Broughton as she gets a kill.
Right past Hendry's, just unable to react quickly enough. Yeah.
So we have set point here, 24-15. Richmond with the chance to serve it out. As that one's going to drop in for, I believe, Gothberg.
Nice job cross court on that. I think Richmond reached out, just too much pace.
Coons back to serve. Over to Metcalf as she collects the kill. So set two goes 25-16. Mustangs take both sets so far. We'll take a short ad break and be right back.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
Discover the experience that awaits you at North Dakota State University. Join the Bison family where connections run deep, from the classroom to the field and beyond. Build an exciting career with the help of industry-leading faculty. Tap into the power of the herd and make unforgettable memories in Fargo, one of the best college towns in the Midwest. Don't wait. Find your adventure at North Dakota State University. Tour the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo. Learn about majors, scholarships, our free application process, and get a free t-shirt. Register now at ndsu.edu/visit.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Cheyenne High as Mustangs take the first sets between them and the Riders. First set going 25-8, second set going 25-16, I think.
So Cheyenne going to hope for the sweep here. First time we're going to see Andrea Grijalva out here tonight. For the Mustangs.
Johnson back to start this third set out. And that one will be sent into the netting. This one set back, and Coons is able to get one to drop.
Nice job there. A lot of heat, too much for the blockers up front for Cheyenne.
Coons now back to serve. And that one's going to be too long for Metcalf.
Well, I think they're going to say that was tipped at the net.
As Bryant will now come in, Dinger back to serve. For the Mustangs, 1-1, set 3. This one's gonna drop there for Grube. As that one drops for Saxlin there.
That was really well done by Saxlin. Richmond unable to put a real set on it, and so Saxlin approaching the net, realizing she might be drawn in there. Little dunk over the top. Really well done.
Amundsen sets this one back to Richmond. Kept alive there on the opposite side. Amundsen to Bryant, and that one drops.
When that is set well for her, you do not want to be in the way when she connects.
Amundsen back to serve here. As this one's gonna drop there for Anderson. So Wolf taking a look at next week's schedule for the Mustangs. They travel to Shanley next week, Tuesday, to battle the Deacons. And then they are at home against Davies next week, Thursday.
That'll be a big showdown, with Davies being the #1 seed in the East as of now.
So that one's going to be too many hits there on the Riders, I believe. As Mattern will go back to serve now. And that one's an ace.
So the freshman picks up an ace. 7-3 Mustangs have pulled out in front here in set number 3.
Flanagan's going to get that one over.
Oh! Little ping pong there on the same side of the net for the Mustangs, and they somehow pull away with a point on that one.
Bryant collects the kill there.
Another nice job.
Mattern almost collects an ace there. Amundsen set over to Broughton.
Really nice. You know, Broughton, it's her 6th kill. It seems like she's had a pretty quiet evening by her standards. Haven't really called her name as frequently as we seem to, but that is her 6th kill of the night, and that's going to be a timeout for Cheyenne here as they are up 10-3 in set number 3. We'll be right back.
All right, folks, welcome back here as Mattern will continue to serve, and Taylor Johnson will now show some time here for the Mustangs as they're up 10-3 in set number 3, winning the first 2 sets. As Coons gets one over.
And a chance here up 2 sets to none for Coach Newton to maybe get some people some playing time that don't normally see the floor for varsity. Again, you never know who you're going to end up having to rely on when the time comes, as that one is blocked up front as Johnson was going for that one.
That one's going to be out there for the Riders. So Bryant back to serve once more. As that one drops in there.
Tough to make that decision that quickly. Bryant opted to let it go, but it caught the line in the back. Coming at you at about 60 miles an hour, so being able to make that decision quickly is imperative.
Flanagan back to serve as Broughton gets blocked up front there.
Good effort by Mattern, but point for Red River as Flanagan continues to serve.
Amundsen sets over to Broughton. As that drop shot collects there for Coons.
Probably not shocking. You have some players in here that don't see a lot of court time, and then you add in maybe don't have that chemistry, don't maybe play with the same lineups and groups as Mattern chooses to take that one.
Good rally going on here as Coons gets blocked at the net there.
Came right back on top of Coons' head. I don't know, that maybe would have gone out from that angle. Hard to say for sure, but regardless, is a point for the Mustangs.
Richmond sets this one over to Broughton as she collects.
Good job deep in the corner. Her 7th kill of the evening. Double hit perhaps on that.
Stinger gets this one across here. Set over to Coons. And Broughton's going to collect another kill.
Almost a mirror image of that last one she had. Cross court deep into that corner. And Red River not really having an answer for that in this set. So we're going to see Kendall Rayon to serve now.
As that one drops in there for Anderson.
That was just really good placement. Ray looked at it, but there I don't think there was a whole lot she could have done with that. That was just placed really well.
Richmond sets this one over to Saxland, and she gets a kill. Kill number 6 for Saxland on the night. As the Mustangs take a 15-10 lead.
Oh,
and that's an
clean
ace.
service ace. Right there for Dinger. No one picks that one up.
Wow. Dinger kind of got handcuffed there.
Nice job by Grube.
So we'll see Gothberg serve here.
Mishandled by Saxland. And the service ace for Gothberg.
So the lead's down to 4. Gothberg sends that one into the net after the ace. As we'll see Hannah Ferguson come on for the Mustangs to serve.
Just a sophomore again. Very young squad, only 3 seniors on this Mustang team.
This one blocked in front by Bryant. Ferguson sets to Bryan, and she collects the kill.
Seven kills for Bryant tonight.
Ferguson sends that one into the net, so 18-3 game, 18-3 set, excuse me, right now. The Mustangs are up 2-0. And that one's out on the serve there by Anderson. As Mattern will be on to serve now. This one's set to Flanagan, Mattern in the backfield. And Ray collects.
Nice job from near the 10-foot line. Mattern chases down the ball, the serve again. Up 21-13 here. Trying to close out another sweep.
As late decision there pays out for him, as Groven will collect on that, but Johnson with the late decision almost cost him there, as Grube will go back to serve. As Ray just outside on that one. Richmond will collect on that. So 22-15 Mustang lead here. Flanagan will set
I
this
think
one
that
over,
one
and
maybe would have been long.
Brian probably could have let that one go maybe, you know. And
Right at her, maybe wouldn't been able to get out of the way, but 22-16 now.
Flanagan back to serve now. This one's set back to Richmond, and almost collected on that, as this one will be set to Ray now. A little back and forth there, and Richmond just couldn't get it off the bounce of the net. As it's set to Ray, and the drop is good there, and Cora will come back in for Flanagan. Richmond back to serve. As
Red River coach had a question, not happy with the response.
Dinger will get this one over. Richmond sets over to Ray as she gets one in bounds.
Right down the line. Really nice job. Blocker did not cut off that angle. And it's match point already.
Richmond with the chance to finish it out here, as this one's just going to get behind Mattern. Johnson serving for the Riders here, as Ray gets one in
and that's
to finish
going to be
out.
it.
And that'll be the match. So the Mustangs come in and sweep the Riders here. 25-18 is the last set. 25-16 second, and 25-8 is the first. So with that, got anything to add, Wolf?
Well, I think it was maybe what you might expect when you look at the records of these two teams, but I think for Cheyenne tonight, an opportunity to get some people some playing time, experiment with some rotations and some things like that, develop a little chemistry. You mentioned next week, big week for this Mustang squad with the Deacons and Davies on the schedule. So, you know, I would think for Coach Newton, she feels like they're playing well right now. I'm sure there's always things that a coach thinks there's some stuff we can clean up, we can make a little better, and that's, I'm sure, what they'll do. For Red River, learning experience. We said they're a young team with only one senior on their roster, or two seniors, excuse me. So, you know, this is something you try and learn from. It's always tough to go on the road and try and pick up an EDC victory. So, you know, for Red River, you regroup and you see what you can do to learn and grow as the season progresses. But for the Mustangs, you know, pretty clinical, pretty surgical tonight, just going in and doing what they had to do and taking home their third consecutive home sweep in a row.
Yeah, so with that, once again, next week Tuesday is going to be at Shanley. Next week Thursday is back at home versus Fargo Davies.
I assume we'll have that
once
one
again, and we'll have that one right here on Mustang Media. So the Mustangs move to 4-1 in the EDC, right behind West Fargo High now, as I'm not quite sure who they're playing tonight. If we wanted to take a look around the league,
we'll do
here.
Just a quick look here. West Fargo is up 2-0 on Central. Century leads Minot North 2-0. South and Davies actually split the opening sets. So they're in the middle of set 3 right now with Davies on top. Minot up 1-0 on St. Mary's. Shanley and Horace tied at a set apiece.
So with that about wraps up tonight. For everyone up here in the booth, I'm Tristan Murrock.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Good night, folks.
Don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. What you